Hello, and welcome to my Comic-Con at Home special. I am your host, the FAT Mantis. That's right, it is that time of year again, folks. Comic-Con is upon us, and we're here for spectacle and cosplay and all sorts of other shenanigans. However, because of the pandemic, we're gonna have to call this in on Zoom. That's right, we're doing Comic-Con over the internet, which means they had to gut a lot of it. And what have they gutted? Let's get into this. Now, the only thing they have retained are a group of YouTube channels which will have live streams of the panels, basically the educational and talent portion of Comic-Con. What is missing from Comic-Con? Well, I'll tell you, waking up at the ass crack of dawn, waiting in massive lines just to get in or to get food or to go to a panel, among other cosplay or weirdo people, casually meeting people on the floor, the great hotel parties that usually follow at the end that you swear you're not going to go to, but you end up in anyway, and of course, the main floor. What is the main floor? Well, the main floor is one of the most important parts of Comic-Con, but it's also something that's really there for the layman. I'll tell you this, I'm sure for you veteran Comic-Con goers, you have had a situation where you've invited a friend, or a coworker or a cousin to Comic-Con, and they show up and they get there and they're finally there. They buy a one-day ticket and you're hanging out with them and they're walking around the main floor and they look at everything like they're on Mars for the first time, and everything is weird and new and special. And then you say, okay, are you ready to go to a panel? And they say, what? And I'm like, are you ready to go to a panel? That's where we meet the talent, we hear and we understand things. And they go, I thought this was Comic-Con. And they actually thought Comic-Con was just walking around in a circle on the floor ogling women in cosplay. And I'm like, no, bro, there's a little more to it. And they usually turn you down, or they show up to one panel and they're not into it, because that's what they thought it really was, a juggling act. They thought it was a bazaar of weirdness. And then they leave early, and then you're like, whatever, bro, I'm never inviting you anything again. If I ever get married, you're not invited. That's what the main floor is. And unfortunately, we're not going to have anything like it. It's possible DC Fandom might have some sort of emulation of that online. We'll see what they do. But as of right now, we're just watching some YouTube videos this weekend, but I am fully invested. What kind of panels are we about to see? Well, I'll tell you, there are panels such as The Boys. What else do we got? Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. We got a one-on-one with Josh. I'm a womanizer and I single-handedly ruined Justice League. Whedon. We've also got Bill and Ted Face the Music. We've got Phineas and Ferb. I never get tired of those guys. And of course, we have the big one, the New Mutants. Now, I will tell you, there are times all over the place, and I'm not going to tell you the times. I'm not going to look those up for you. You need to go to the website. You can figure it out yourself, create your own schedule. I'm not going to hold your hand. You're not a baby. I'm not gonna warm up your bottle before you're feeding or anything like that. You can plan your own Comic-Con. I'm not your mother. And clean your goddamn room. Jesus. But you know what panel I'm looking forward to the most? That would be the Eisner Awards. What are the Eisner Awards? Well, the Eisner Awards are the biggest award you can get in the world of comic books. They are the Oscars of comic books. And for an Eisner panel, you better believe that it is a star-studded event with tuxedos, women in designer gowns. We've got celebrity hosts making all sorts of inappropriate jokes, and then we've got special musical guests doing the hottest pop performances. I, of course, am kidding, because it is actually, most Eisners go the opposite. The Eisner Awards are a lot like my sister's wedding, where like the men are either in wife beaters or flannels. The women usually have cut off or ripped up jeans. There's a lot of neon everywhere. The officiant is an Elvish impersonator, and the only musical act is the homeless person down the street that we paid in nickels to play his kazoo. That's right, it is one of the most unprofessional, slapped together things. I've actually seen end of the year junior high school awards a little more sophisticated than the Eisners. However, they are important awards, and you gotta take them very seriously, especially the fact that nowadays Eisner Awards are packed with the art house world. Just like every other thing, the art house now controls it, which means you're not going to be seeing men in capes winning comic books. You're not going to see Superman win anything other than best cover artist. What it is now artsy, a little more out there. Things that actually have messages are actually going out as are going to be winning these awards. And I think it really started probably around 2007 when the winner of Best Graphic Album, that's the big award, went to American Born Chinese, a riveting coming-of-age tale about a young man growing up and about the racism from Chinese on Chinese, whether you're pure Chinese or whether you were raised in America. It is a beautiful, riveting tale. And since then, they have other victories that are, they're what typical kids would not pick up. We have things like All My Heroes have always been junkies, or My Favorite Thing are monsters. That's a detective story told from a little girl's perspective about the Holocaust. It's an easy read. But I'm just saying, this year, will Grossman's Life on the Moon beat out Tilly Warden's Are You Listening? I don't know, but I'm skeptical. But I can't wait to find out. So I'm asking you, will you join me? Will you join me at the Eisner Awards? There won't be any superheroes involved, but I'm telling you, these stories will at least make you feel something. Sobriety is optional. So that's about all the time we have for today. So this is the start of Comic-Con at Home. So just look it up, Comic-Con at Home. Go on and just look at any panel you want, click on it at the appropriate time, and watch. And we will discuss. I will continue to keep reviewing and going on all weekend long about the big hits and information drops we're gonna get. Until next time, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful Comic-Con at Home. Till next time, ciao for now.